All right, so we've got our mulligans up now.
Cool.
We've got our shaman.
Shaman versus, what is it, Hunter? No,
Warlock.
Okay, all right. We got the control shaman from Lord Sturm. Oh no, is ORLY the one with the shaman?
No, the shaman is Lord Sturm, and ORLY is becoming
Zoo Warlock.
a warlock.
We got Zoo Warlock. Zoo Warlock versus control shaman.
Everybody needs a little more Raffi in their life.
This matchup, I've played it quite a bit from the shaman perspective. It's usually
you suck.
yeah. Nobody likes when they build up a giant board and it gets taken away by destruction. They're like, what the hell, this cheater, But this matchup, if you draw destruction in Lightning Storm, it's very, very good. You can just win the game off of a good destruction shock turn. It just swings the board, and then you can healing wave, and you're sitting pretty. And there's no big deal. You set up your big taunts.
I hate you so much. I got to the highest rank that I've gotten so far, because I do play this game casually. The highest rank I got was rank 12, and that was with a Zoolock deck. I think it was like 3 days back-to-back that I spent playing. Not too hard, but I'm a very big fan of when this works, because I'm very used to it not working.
Yeah, so we got a pretty quick draw from ORLY. He's got the Darkshire Councilman pumping up, which is really nice because that card is very problematic for Shaman to deal with because 5 health is on the higher end of the random damage scale from Elemental Destruction. So if you do low roll on it, it can be really bad if you don't have the Lava Shock to clean it up.
Yeah, and Shaman's got a lot of cards that deal 3 damage. You've got Elemental Storm that deals 2 to 3. You've got Lightning Bolt that deals a steady 3. So in order to hit something that's 5 health, you're going to need
usually 2 things. Yeah, usually two resources, which is problematic.
Yes.
You don't really want to be wasting that much. But this power overwhelming abusive play is so good. You get to trade up. You get to keep your board. You get to push damage with Darkshire Councilman. The Death Rattle spawn goes off, so you get the damage now. Oh, he's playing the Leroy version. Okay. There's a 2 schools of thought really in the Zoolock deck building. You can either, go for the double Doomguard package, or you can try and go for Leroy and double Sea Giant, because Sea Giant has a little anti-synergy with Doomguards, because it takes a little bit to get the Sea Giant out of your hand. So if you Doomguard on, say turn 5, a lot of times you're discarding Sea Giant, and that's not very good. Yeah, see, he's got the Leroy double Sea Giant. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this deck is good, especially when you hit on-curve Sea Giant like that on 6. It's really hard to deal with as a Shaman. Because you're spending all your turn usually dealing with their board, which is AoE, and if you don't have the Hex in hand right away for their Sea Giant, it's going to push 8, and usually you can't deal with that. Yeah, see, he's going to Totem, Healing Wave. Yeah.
Does he win the joust?
He does win the joust. That's a good joust win, because not winning that joust would have been game over, I think. See, so now from the Zoolock player, I'd definitely like to see a tap and then a Dark Peddler. Alright, he's going to go with the Councilman. That's not bad. It's just... Yeah, he's basically... The Zoo player right now is basically saying, you don't have AoE, I don't care, Like, I'm not going to play around this shit. Let's go face. Which is a good plan, honestly. You want to kill him. You don't want to let the Shaman sit there and draw a bunch of cards. See, now turn 7 as the Shaman player is a turn where you can make a big swing turn with Knowledge in hand. Because you can Knowledge for 2. He should Knowledge here and try and draw Destruction. Okay, he drew Farsight too. No, I think you Farsight here for the Destruction. You're not winning this game if you don't Farsight here. This Darkshire Councilman's just going to solo you. You could Stormcrack Hex. Like, yeah, he's
going to want to Hex the immediate scary bit.
Yeah.
Just because the Councilman isn't big yet, he can wait.
Oh no, what he could do here is actually just not Stormcrack and leave him with a full board, so he can't buff the Councilman anymore and he can't play anything else. No, see, I see what he's thinking about, and he wants to do it. Yeah, see, he does it, but this actually just kills him right here. Because he plays the Leroy Jenkins, and I think it's just over. Yeah, he drew the power overwhelming off the top. See, he wouldn't have been dead here if he didn't kill that. See that? He wouldn't have been dead because he wouldn't have been able to play the Leroy.
Yeah, but he still has...
What? He's not
going to...
He didn't see the lethal. Or... all right, I guess we're just not killing our opponent this turn. That's an interesting play. That's an interesting play.
We are all friends
Oh, I know.
here.
We love to have fun. I love to have fun too. It's just like when it's presented on a silver platter, like, hey, you can kill your opponent right now, and you're just like, yeah, it's okay.
It's a little unfair.
I'll wait.
It's a little unfair that you can deal 10 damage with only 6 mana. It's just the Leroy PO combo is so silly.
Leroy's been a card of a lot of people's hate for a very long time. There's never been a state of the Hearthstone game where people haven't just totally hated Leroy. There was the time where Miracle Rogue used to just Shadow Step Leroy twice and kill you from 18, and that was really annoying. Yeah, back at 4 mana Leroy. Yeah, you remember those old handlock decks in Wild? With like double Mountain Giant, double Molten Giant, double Twilight Drake, that shenanigans.
Oh my gosh!
Back in the beginning stages of the game, when Leroy cost 4, you used to just be able to jam Leroy Faceless Power in your handlock deck. So you're playing these 8/8s on turn 4, but you've also got this 20 damage combo just sitting in hand, ready. Those were the days, man.
When Leroy cost 4, was he still doing 6 damage? Was he still a 6
he was 6.
Too?
He's always been 6.
Oh
He's always been
gosh.
a fireball, dude. He's just been a fireball. That's Leroy, baby. He's a fireball. The only reason Leroy becomes so problematic, though, is because of Faceless. Like, without Faceless Manipulator in the game, Leroy wouldn't be able to do such, exponential amounts of damage. Because, with things like Power Overwhelming and, things like Wind Fury even in Shaman,
Oh, man.
Yeah, if Shaman ever gets a scary cycle card or something that lets them draw through their deck quickly, Leroy Shaman's a real deck. It can pump out some damage, man.
Well, and let's tie this back to the fact that Karaksan just came out.
Yeah,
Are there any cycle cards that you've seen or know about?
They haven't released any good neutral cycle cards now. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Because Blizzard has shifted away from printing cards for combo and control archetypes. A lot of the things they've printed, at least from Whispers of the Old Gods and Karajan, a lot of mid-range minions, early game, stuff like that, like the 1-mana 2/2 for Druid, They print a lot of on-curve vanilla minions that they want you to play, your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and fight for board.
Mm-hmm.
Where, because a lot of complaints they get from newer players or players who aren't very, I'd say experienced or don't know, the matchups they're playing against.
Sure.
When new players get, destroyed by an elemental destruction or, their whole board gets cleared and, they lose the game, they get very sad because they're like, oh, I couldn't have played around that, oh, he has this card and he shouldn't be able to get that much value out of it,
Oh, okay.
So,
that makes a little more sense.
Their design philosophy has shifted a little bit I'm not sure if it's going to stay like that. I don't think it will because I think that's bad for the game when you try to, make every deck mid-range. Because, certain classes are good at playing control, It's just their control cards aren't good enough right now.
Well, there's a friend of mine who is a Magic the Gathering judge, and he likes playing Hearthstone from time to time because of the RNG.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
It's entertaining when you're able to take a step back and say, okay, I'm going to put down Yogg-Saron, and I'm going to lose, and it's going to be funny as hell.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just taking the time to remember that Blizzard is designing with that in mind.
No, I know. I realize that. It's just, I guess, where I'm coming from, my perspective on the whole deal is that, from someone who plays the game at a semi-competitive level, I don't dedicate all my time to the game, but I do like playing in online tournaments, and I've done pretty well in them too. So it's reinforcing to keep playing that.
Sure.
And when there's this whole Blizzard competitive Hearthstone scene, for the Hearthstone Championship Tour, the HCT, they spend all this, they spend all these money, they spend all the money and resources to make this Hearthstone Championship Tour a big thing, and that's where people are playing Hearthstone at the highest level, you could say, where they're making all the correct plays and they're not, misplaying, and for those people, it's frustrating, it's frustrating to see them constantly print cards that are heavily RNG based and have very large swings of variance, and because those cards, while they're fun and they're cool to see, and everybody loves when Yogg-Saron wins the game for you, but from the other guy's perspective, he's just like, hey, what the hell? This guy just played a 10-mana card, and through pure RNG, he cleared my board, drew a bunch of cards, and gained a bunch of life, and that doesn't feel fair a lot of the times in a competitive scene. There's a lot. It's not a very big shouting or outcry from the community, but I have heard people say that they would like to see Yogg-Saron banned from competitive play. Obviously, it's not going to happen. Blizzard's not going to do that because the entertainment value is too high, and I would love to see Yogg-Saron.
And I've brought Yogg-Saron to a competitive match and gotten screwed by him to a point where I take that in hand. So while while you and I were talking about the fact that Blizzard makes games,
yeah, we got a little off topic.
Our opponents have already played past their second game.
Yeah, my bad.
And
we got a little off topic.
Our
carried
hunter
away.
took his first win, so
He
it
did.
is now
He
up
did.
against our hunter versus
Ooh,
mage.
This looks like a Reno mage situation here. Yeah, this definitely looks like a Reno mage situation here. We got a jeweled scarab and a doomsayer. That looks like a Reno mage to me. I don't know of any other deck that plays jeweled scarab. Usually Reno decks like jeweled scarab because it can find you a resource that you might not necessarily put in your deck. Like it can find you a specific secret, or specifically in mage because all your secrets are 3-drops. You know.
Yep.
And there's a bias on class cards, so it's a decent tool. It's a decent tool.
It's a decent tool. And, you know, the whole point of playing Reno is the fact that your deck is all one. So if you need a second one, then you put Cabalist Tome in there. You put Jeweled Scarab in there.
For
You
sure.
put...
it's definitely in this deck. There's definitely a Cabalist Tome in here somewhere.
Oh, hell yes.
All right, so this turn's a little interesting. I think he wants to... He's probably going to attack face. I would have pinged, but that's me. He's going to go for the Doomsayer play and say you don't have a 1-damage ping, which he actually doesn't.
It doesn't matter. He's got Hunter's Mark.
Oh, right. I wasn't even looking. That's my bad.
You should look at the screen. That exciting.
No, I
things are
know. It's because
happening.
I'm looking at the screen on the left, which doesn't have the hunter's hand,
Right.
and then I forget to look over and actually see the guy's hand that I can look at. You know. We're new at this casting thing. We're getting better. We're getting better. I know. It's just it's getting used to like getting my eyes, you know, focused on the whole.
Here I am setting you up with the whole, casting setup.
We got three computers, and I'm not even looking at them all.
Shit. I just looked up in the fact that he's got 9 damage on the board.
Oh yeah, no, this is looking scary for this Reno mage, especially because he doesn't have a lot of easy way to draw on hand. He's got Arcane Intellect and Acolyte of Pain, but those are both slow and very awkward to play because you're at 4 mana. I think you're definitely gonna. Ooh, he's gonna Intellect. If he finds Arcane Blast, it's good. Oh, wow, look at that. Calls it. Bang. Hits the Arcane Blast. Look at that.
That is ridiculous.
We're a pro caster here, you know. I call the cards before they're even drawn.
Oh my gosh, you should have. I can't remember what was happening, but it was either last week or the week before, Dragosi was casting before you. And everything he would say
just happened.
Would not happen.
Oh, it wouldn't happen. Okay,
he's just like, all right, so he's going to draw himself something to keep himself. No, he's dead. Oh, okay, he's going to draw. Oh, no, that did not work. There was 1 of 2 ways it could have gone, and it went the other way.
Ooh, we got a Cyclopean Horror here. That's a card I have not seen.
That is such a fun little card. You know, it's a 4 mana for a 3/3 taunt, but gain a health for each enemy minion that's on the board.
No.
Which is fantastic against an aggro or an aggro deck. Just anything that floods the board, just like anti-flood.
Yeah, it would be a lot better in a situation here if it was like 1/1 hounds and not necessarily these 3/3s.
Sure.
So
it's still reasonably effective.
Oh no, it does.
4 mana
it did a decent job. It did a good job. But he needs to draw. He needs to draw this Reno Jackson real quick because he is close to dying. Real close to dying.
Just love the fact that the 1/1 is still alive somehow.
Oh yeah, I know this Jeweled Scarab from turn 2, just chilling on board. He's like, I'm a trooper, baby. You know, he's not dying for anything.
I will poke your face.
He's done 3 damage, man. That's value. Come on, that's some value. All right, so he's gonna do the Torch Ping turn. Yeah, that's what I thought. If he draws Kill Command off the top, he can have lethal with Huffer. Okay, he plays the High Main. Oh wow, he didn't even go for lethal. Animal Companion, Huffer, Eaglehorn Bow would have been 9, 12. No, it would have been 2 off. No. Vaporize, yeah.
Vaporize
Fireball.
will help, but
Vaporize is all right. You know, I think it lets him live a turn. I think Vaporize is gonna let him live a turn here.
We've got
unless he Huffers. Now Huffer is lethal. If he Huffers to take the Vaporize. Oh wow, he just attacks first. He doesn't even look at the animal.
No,
companion.
he needs to figure out what the secret is.
No, I know, but like, there's a lot of ways you could do that. You could like play a spell first, or you could attack face with the bow even first to like try and trigger like Ice Barrier or something like that.
Oh, MCT couldn't save him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a way to kill
now unless he's got Cabalist Tome into Ice
Block?
No.
Ooh, Frost Nova. That's good. Okay, let's find Reno Jackson here, baby. Let's find Reno Jackson real quick. And then he can MC Tech the Huffer that he's going to play through Call the Wild. Oh, never mind. He draws the lethal anyway.
Yep.
Hits the Kill Command off the top, and that's it.
That.
Lord Sturm wins the game. That Reno Mage is an interesting deck, but it's a lot better when you draw Reno.
Yeah,
a lot better when you draw that
That's
card.
kind of I think they call it the main mechanic of the deck, yeah?
The whole point, the whole point of the deck, yeah.
You know.
It's a fun little deck though. I like a lot of the cards he had in there. Mind control tech is a lot